There we go. Been a while since I've done one of these on my own channel. Midwestern, how you doing? Craig, welcome. Ty, Broadhead Outdoors, how you doing? Welcome, guys. Friday night, man, it was a hot one today. Backwoods Barbarian, how you doing? Michael, how you doing? Don. It's way too hot. It was like 91 degrees today here, guys. It was ridiculous. Kenton Hilgerson. Hopefully I said that right the last time. I'm sorry, I butchered that bad. Welcome in, Kenton. Kyle, sitting out here after a long, hot day running grain around. Dominion. Okay, Broadhead. Yep. I got you, bud. Jim, how you doing? Fixing your side-by-side. Okay, Backwoods Barbarian. Good luck with that. Hopefully you can get her fixed. 5-gallon drum of peat moss dried and sifted, slowly getting ready. Awesome, Midwestern Trapper. I'm glad that I'm ready because it got really hot here today. It was ridiculous. Hopefully it's not too hot for you getting ready down there, wherever you're at. 45 this morning. Oh, Michael, I'm jealous. I'm so jealous. It was about, I want to say it was 91. It could have got hotter than that. I really don't know. Praise the Lord for air-conditioned tractor cabs. That's all I got to say. Because it was miserable. But this week's going to be rough, and then the week after that, they're talking lows in the low 40s and highs in the low 60s. So that will be a lot nicer. 93, Don. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's bad. 88, Jim. Yeah. Season opener in the morning, so I'm pumped. Get out there. Oh, yeah, Broadhead. I bet. Good luck this year, man. Hopefully you can get one. I got our season opens up on Sunday, and it's going to be 90 degrees, but I'm still going. I haven't missed an opening day deer season in a long time, so I'm still going, but, man, I'm going to sweat hard. Hopefully you got some better weather for your hunt in the morning, bud. Kevin, yeah. After today, some snow sounds pretty good, that's for sure. Do you trap in the snow with footholds, snares? How you do it, Kevin? I'm curious. Anthony, how you doing? It's be 70s and 80s next week. Yeah, Broadhead, it's pretty warm for deer hunting, depending on where you're at, I guess. Season starts Sunday. Yep, Midwestern. I'm in the same boat, bud. Same boat. It's going to be ridiculous. 50s to high 60s. Oh, okay, Broadhead. So you're going to cool off then at least. Either that or that's what it is now. I'm not quite sure. Okay, Kevin, snares. Yeah, no, I bet you have a lot of fun snaring coyotes in the snow for sure. I know Coyote Sign really shows. There's two sides to snow when you're trapping anything for that matter. And it's one, you get to find all the sign, all the fresh tracks, all that. But then there's the bad side where you'll see everything that you missed. So snow can be kind of frustrating. But if that's what you like to do, I mean, then by all means. Jim, I have everything ready to go except for ground. I'm going to scout a good amount of new ground tomorrow. One will be an extension on my Thanksgiving route. Why am I pointing this way? Because it's this way. And then one will be for my late season route. Probably 60 or 70 miles of new stuff I'm going to look at tomorrow. I mark it all up on Google Earth. I think I've talked about that on here before, but I mark all these new roads I want to go look at in yellow. I go drive them all. If they're good, I'll mark them green. If they're bad, I mark them red. Together from there. So that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. Get ready for trapping season. Midwestern, I kind of just took your question away from you, bud. I kind of just ran it on it. All I got left to do is go look at that new stuff tomorrow. Other than that, I'll be completely done looking at new stuff for the year. And then we'll be mapping here, not this weekend, but the following weekend. I'm going to be starting to scout a little bit. Not scout, map. But yeah, other than that, I'm 100% ready. Besides when you're a bear trapper, snow means no bear tracks at all. Yeah, backwoods barbarian. That's true. That's true. Suckers hibernate. I found all the tracks last time and set some land conibears. Oh, yeah, Anthony. It can be tricky to catch stuff in conibears in the snow, though. That snow really knocks down all that vegetation around them. Broadheads today. Didn't have a great head. Besides my fingers straight open. Ouch. Yikes, broadhead. Man, oh, man. Like I always say, blood, sweat, and tears, buddy. When it comes to deer hunting, it seems like it's mostly sweat for me, but blood, sweat, and tears, buddy. You want? True, Jim. True. Gavin, welcome. Hopefully some of you in here have a little cooler temperatures than I did today. Sounds like a lot of people in here are still pretty warm, though, which sucks. We had that nice spell where it was like in the mid to high 60s every day. Man, it was nice. It was so nice. Anthony, I don't know. I don't know what he's up to. Dominion, you had 90 today. Yeah, that's rough, buddy. That's real rough. Same boat as me, though. Anthony, I'm jealous. High 60s there. Man, oh, man. That's the weather that's supposed to make it to us here in 4 or 5 days or so. Krusty, welcome. 12, so I could hunt. Another adult is on the property, on the farm. Okay. Well, good luck, Broadhead. Good luck, bud. Hopefully you can get one. Hopefully your finger's feeling all right, too. Jeff, how you doing? Had a few nights below freezing. Really, backwoods? That's awesome, man. Yeah, Broadhead. I remember when I was that age getting out and hunting on my own. It's fun. It's fun. You know the feeling. Getting to go out and hunt on your own kind of the first couple of years. Man, it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun, but it's a lot of fun. I'm jealous of the situation you're in, bud. There was a lot of fun and a lot of learning when I was that age. But, man, was it fun. Of course, I say that like I'm old, and I'm only 21, so. 90 all week. Yeah, Craig. Yeah, it's miserable. Hammer, welcome. Hey, Gavin. Dan, welcome in. I didn't even see you hop in here. That's some nice weather, Dan. I'm jealous. Usually heads east from the coast. Yep, Anthony, it sure does. There you go, Broadhead. You're fine then. Like I always say, there's only one finger you need in the outdoors. For me, it's this one, but I guess if someone was left-handed, then they probably have another one. But what I did last year, opening day archery, rushed out to my stand just to realize every arrow I had was equipped with field points. Oh man, Midwestern, that's rough, bud. That is rough. This has been, since I was about Broadhead's age, actually. I went out, it was the first couple of years of me getting into bow hunt. I went out, and I remember I forgot my release. I was like, man, oh, man. Nothing came out that I wanted to shoot anyways. I passed a bunch of young deer and stuff, but got lucky. That's why now I wear my release out to the blind every time to make sure I have it. Gavin, I don't know where he is. I like it, Broadhead. True, Dan, true. I've heard a lot of good things about those But for me, I've shot a bow for so long now. Of course, I'm young, but I mean, literally over half my life, I've been shooting a bow with your typical trigger release, and I won't ever change. It's what I got good with, and I won't change. But there's a lot of people that do like those new thumb releases. I just feel like I totally forget about it and just start randomly shooting my bow. So wouldn't work for me very well. First time ever archery hunting. Okay, Broadhead. Good luck, bud. I really hope you get something. Are you after anything in particular? You got any cameras out, or just going out for the fun of it, man? I'm curious. I'm a big bow hunter, so I'm curious what your plans are. Interesting, Anthony. Okay, Dan. Yeah, I can't say I've ever used that one. Jim, I have the Mathews Phase 4. I got the 31 inch. I shot them both. I shot the 31 and the 29. I just like the 31 a little bit better. I like to shoot distance, and they say that the longer bow is better at a long distance, which if there's any truth to that, I don't know. I don't really care. I'm not shooting at a deer past 45 anyways. Maybe 50. It'd have to be a darn big deer. But other than that, that's all I got is the Mathews Phase 4. I just got it this year, actually. That was my treat to myself when I got done selling all my fur. Gavin, it ain't trapping season, bud. That's why there's no coons in here. There you go, Broadhead. You got plenty of practice in then. Okay, Broadhead, a mature doe or any buck. Awesome, man. Well, all the luck to you, bud. Hopefully the weather cooperates for you. I know it's going to be a little tricky, at least here. Oh, yeah, Anthony, I've heard of people doing that too. Yeah, Jim, I love it. This is the first year I got the adjustable single pin sight too, and man, I love that thing. That being said, though, I know a lot of people that have missed deer because of them. So I know the range of where I'm going to shoot if I have it set at the 25 yard on the dial. I generally can shoot 20 to 30 yards if it's on that 25. In case I have one run in, which I hunt over green food plots with a bow. I don't crash into the timber or anything. So, yeah, it's a nice bow. The price would tell you because, man, them things ain't cheap anymore. But I'm in love with that bow. Heck, I broke an arrow tonight shooting it because I shoot such a tight pattern with it. I love that bow. And it's so quiet. It's the quietest bow I've ever shot. It is awesome. Okay, Dan. Okay. A lot of those more professional shooters definitely like those thumb trigger releases for sure. Midwestern, they're all up in my room. I got one this year I'm after. I won't go into it too much because to me, talking about a deer that's not dead is just a legend. If you don't shoot the deer, then there's really no story behind it. There's a lot of people that'll show pictures of deer around, but they'll never end up harvesting that deer. And to me, that deer doesn't matter. I mean, he's out there, but if you didn't shoot him, why are you showing me a picture of him, I got one deer I got locked in pretty good. We just need the weather to cooperate. But I don't have any of my deer in here. My three biggest was 177, 174, and 165 as far as score-wise goes. Oh, yeah, Broadhead, that's a huge thing, finding your anchor points. And the grip, too. That's another huge, huge thing. Definitely. I know it's hard, but when that deer's coming in, you really have to concentrate on getting that exactly the same as when you're target practicing, for sure. I know when I was younger, that was a big problem of mine, was calming down, getting to the anchor points, and then releasing cleanly. Have to pay anything out of pocket? Were you able to cover it? Kyle, it was all with fur. I had plenty of money to pay for that thing, fur money. No, I haven't, Dan. I don't think so. The one I got now, what is it? I don't even remember the name of it right now off the top of my head. Eric, how you doing, buddy? Man, I'm way behind. Only comfortable at 25. I can touch one. 30. Skittish. I'll come in. There you go, broadhead. If nothing else, when in doubt, pass the deer. That'd be my number one advice. There's no reason to be wounding a deer. I passed a deer. What's it been? 4 years ago now. I passed him at 52 yards. I wouldn't shoot him. I'm comfortable at 45. And I can shoot a target all day at 60, 70 yards. That's not my problem. I want to be able to effectively kill that deer. That's the number one thing that we're out there for, is to really, for anything, is to ethically harvest an animal. But that buck that I passed at 54 yards was a 184-inch deer that my dad ended up killing a couple days later, which it sucks. But at the same time, I didn't wound that deer. I didn't spook him off. And at least someone, especially someone like my dad, got to harvest that deer. So, Michael, I don't think so. Not in Iowa. Maybe for the handicapped. Other than that, I don't think so. I know there's a lot of debate on crossbows throughout the country right now, really. Oh, yeah, Eric. Well, to be fair, the youth season had relatively good weather for the most part. They had a couple fronts that went through and a couple north winds in there. They had some great weather. There's been some kids getting pretty lucky putting down some nice ones, that's for sure. True, Barbarian. Very true. Huge 8 on his property. He's targeting it, but I normally would just shoot the first year. That's true, Broadhead. We got a lot of problems with that. I strive to get deer to a mature age, which to me is 5 and older. And we have a lot of edge hunters that shoot the ones that had all the potential in the world. It's frustrating, but it's part of what we do. Yeah, Jim, same thing as me. Mine's just a little longer. It's an awesome bow. I bet you love it too. Nice, the hammer. Nice. You going out, bud? Nice, Dan. Nice. I can't say I've heard of that. I'm more of a hunting bow guy, though. So if that isn't a hunting bow, if that's more of a competition bow, that'd probably be why I haven't heard of it. Oh yeah, Anthony. I got a couple of my cameras out on food plots right now. I need to go fix them because they're on those stick picks where you put the stick in the ground, basically like a monopod. Put the stick in the ground, then the camera sits on it. And the raccoons love climbing on those things and spinning them all over the place. So I feel your pain, Anthony. Yeah, Don, I knew it was something like that. You have to be a certain age or have a disability, something like that. Gavin, I call den trees late in the year if I have time. Other than that, no. There you go, Dominion. Nice. Okay, Hammer. So you're making a little road trip then. That's true, Jim. Like I said, they're amazing bows, but they come with quite a sticker on them for sure. That's my lower back, right shoulder. Okay, Michael. Yeah. No, I bet that crossbow would be a lot better for you with an injury like that, bud, for sure. Broadhead, no, that's not what I meant by that at all. No. Been doing for a couple of years. Shot plenty with a recurve in my compound. Yeah, Midwestern. There's a lot of debate about the crossbow thing. And to be honest, I can see it from both sides. So to me, we just need more people in the outdoors in general. That's the bottom line. And it seems to be doing that. So traditional archery and shoot instinctively with a stick and string. Jeff, I don't think I would like that, to be honest with you. I really don't. I mean, I love shooting my bow, my compound. I love it. I shoot my bow almost every day, all summer long. Any day I have time. I just love shooting my bow. I don't think I could ever do an old school, though. I really don't. There's just not quite the accuracy or the range there. I don't know. Just a personal thing, I guess. 65 or over, okay. Yeah, broadhead, and there's that part of the argument too. You know, I won't get too far into it because, by the way, it sounds we got people that use them in here, and people that don't use them. So I won't get too into it. But like I said, as long as people are going outdoors and having fun, that's the main point. More peaceful. Nice backwoods. I actually like that. I like that idea. I really do. That's good that you're doing that, bud. Oh yeah, Anthony, they'll climb them. All right, Jim, you take care, bud. Mark, how you doing, bud? Exactly, Midwestern. Exactly. There you go, Dan. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good speed and everything. Yeah, it sounds like a pretty sound bow. I'm pulling. I think my bow's at 75 pounds right now. I think is what I pull. So, not sure how fast it shoots. Fast enough to kill a deer, hopefully. Oh yeah, Anthony. Oh yeah, Craig. Which for that situation, I can totally understand it. I think it's great that they allow people, especially with the injuries or the older people, to use them. Which it depends in every state anymore. It seems like on the usage of them things. Oh yeah, Craig. Absolutely. Scab, it was 90 degrees today here, buddy. Not cool at all here. Oh, nice, Dan. You got a buffalo. That's pretty cool, man. Oh, nice. Mark Mascaro. Hopefully I said that right, bud. Good luck this year. I'm glad to hear you're getting back into it, bud. That's awesome. That's awesome. What are you going after this year? Starts tomorrow in PA. Nice, nice. PD competition. Just love shooting every day. Yeah, the hammer. There's just a certain nostalgia to me about shooting a bow, especially like right when the sun's going down. That's when I love to do it. Right when the sun's going down, just spend 15 or 30 minutes a day shooting a bow. I love it. I love it. Eric, it starts on Sunday, bud. October 1st. Oh yeah, broadhead. 3D shoots are fun. I've done a handful. I'd love to do more. I just don't have the time. No, you're good, broadhead. Don't worry about the spelling, bud. I'll figure out what you meant eventually. Don't worry about it. Anthony, I don't know, man. That being said, though, if you just jinx that and a bunch of them start coming in, I'm gonna blame you for it. I'm just kidding, bud. Midwestern, I won't be. I'll guarantee you I'll be bow hunting. That'd be my problem. Once October, that's why, in case you guys don't know, that is why I always get all my trapping stuff done before October. Because once October gets here, I'm bow hunting until pre-staking. And if I'm not bow hunting, I'm scouting. So fortunately, I don't have time to make it over to Illinois convention, but I've been to a lot of conventions this summer, though. I will say that. I think 4 or 5 now. Gavin, are you talking trapping season? If you are, it opens on November 4th this year. Wow, Backwoods Barbarian. It sounds like you had the trip of a lifetime, man. That's nuts. That is strange. Anthony, I did notice something weird about when I got on here. It made me do the monetization part on this a little bit differently. Not sure if YouTube had an update or what that's all about, but that maybe could have been partly what that was all about. I'm not sure. Coyote, fox, anything moves, basically. Oh, there you go, Mark. Absolutely. Water trapping's fun for sure. Hopefully you have some luck this year, man. Hopefully you can make some catches this year. Please let me know if you do. Leave comments on videos or anything. I love following people along and how they're doing. Yeah, Broadhead, I don't know. I don't know what the ad deal is. I don't know if YouTube changed something or what. But I was on a live the other day and I had ads popping up in the middle of it too. I really don't know. Yeah, Anthony, I have. There you go, Mark. There you go. Good luck with it, Mark. Hopefully you can get some with that crossbow. I remember Scab said something and I didn't fully address it. Hold on. It's in the 70s. Scab, it's in the 70s there? Man, it was 90 degrees today. Send some of that my way, bud. Okay, the hammer. Yeah. You got a pretty early season opening up then. That's when we start pre-staking, October 21st. So sounds like we'll both be busy that weekend. Interesting, Anthony. I guess I don't know. I'm not a techie guy at all. Man, all these ads. I really don't want these ads to go on here. Especially if you're all getting them at the same time. I really don't like that. Jeff, I don't know if you will, bud. The amount of money I got into my bow already, it'd be hard for me to change anything else. I'll probably shoot this bow of mine for 10 or 15 years, honestly. Yeah, Barbarian. There you go, Midwestern. Absolutely. Yeah, Judd, I was on there with Trapper Jay. He's a cool dude. I was very, very honored that he asked me to hop on there with him. That was fun. He's a good dude. I met him out there at the Nebraska convention. Oh, there you go. Whoever's going to the Illinois convention, it looks like Mark J. Larson's going to be there. In case y'all are looking for some YouTube people to kind of huddle with. I know that's what me and Iowa Trapper do. We kind of walk around together and pick each other's brains on stuff. Oh, you haven't got one yet, Dominion? Good. Oh, it's only a second long? Well, that's not too bad then. Nice, Craig. Nice. Hopefully the fur was prime on them. Hopefully. Oh, Scab. You're not going to share any of it, huh? Oh, yeah, Hammer. The coyote market's a tough one right now. That's for sure. Ever eat any of your coon? Backwoods, I haven't. I sell all my coon meat. So I wouldn't be opposed to trying it at all, but I sell it all. Put 2 judo points on 3 deer heads. So I can shoot any animal I want. There you go, Broadhead. That's a good way to go. I used to carry one around with me as well. Hammer, I'm so jealous of that, man. That's what our week was like. Basically all week this week up until today. So Northwoods, how you doing, bud? Up in Alaska, it's been freezing every night, huh? Man, you guys might have snow up there for all I know. I know out west in the Rocky Mountains, there's been some snow coming down in a couple different places. Yeah, Dan, I've heard that you have to cook it right. I've heard if you don't cook it right, it's going to taste terrible. But if you cook it right, then it's pretty good. I'm sure I'll end up trying it sometime. Anthony, I am hydrated, man. I got water. Oh, there you go, Scab. At least you'll have nice weather for the convention. That's something that I would wish for everyone to have is nice weather for a convention. A couple years ago, the Spencer, Iowa convention, it was actually the Nationals up in Northwest Iowa, and it was like 95. That was just horrible. So at least you have good weather for your convention because, man, it makes a big difference. Wow, Northwoods. Painting land traps. I always choose black. Mark, personally, I don't have an opinion on painting them. I've heard good things about it. I've just never done it. And I'm the kind of guy who, if I've never done something, I won't try and create an opinion on it because, to be honest, I just don't have experience with it. I can tell you what I do. I use Formula One, is what I do. It's a cold dip, works very good, and it's very quickly. But as far as paint, I don't know. Maybe there's some people in the chat that paint their traps that can help you out. But I've never painted them. I've never waxed them either. But I'm a raccoon trapper, so there's no real need. I'm sure there's someone in the chat though that can help you out there. Can you scroll up and read my comment for tips? Yeah, Judd, let me look. The only one I see, Judd, is the one of you just getting in here and introducing yourself. Sorry, bud. I guess I can't see what you said earlier. Unless you said something that YouTube's going to come after. They're pretty strict on like the abbreviation of raccoon, especially if you use that. They'll crack on it pretty good. So whatever you said, just send it again, bud. Johnny Walker came out. There you go, Dominion. Oh yeah, Broadhead. It is water. I promise you. Oh, I don't doubt it, Scab. That's rough, man. Good thing you guys got good weather this year. Otter Cat, welcome in, buddy. You do Krylon camouflage. Okay, Anthony. I think I saw that on Facebook, actually. There you go. Mark, hopefully some of this stuff, Judith and Dan and Anthony there kind of are speaking from some painting experience there. So hopefully that can help you out a little bit, bud. I really just don't have any experience with it. Okay, Northwoods. Okay. Well, thanks for stopping in, man. Again, there's some more. I think he was talking about paint. Yeah, he was talking about paint too. So there's another guy, Mark, talking about some paint and stuff. The 60 next week. I know, Eric. I'm looking forward to it so much. Lows in the low 40s. I'm going to wake up in the morning and, man, the blood's going to start pumping. That's for sure. Scab, you used the Krylon paint too, huh? Black and tan. Interesting. Oh, really, Don? Might be on your end, bud. I don't think it's on my end. Hopefully nothing's froze up on my end. Dominion, I don't know. That's one thing I need to get on. I did finally make a Next Gen Trapper Facebook page, which if that's just what you're looking for, is something like that, then you can find me on Facebook. I might make an Instagram before too long. I don't know. Instagram's very strict on stuff. You know what I mean? The red stuff and the dead stuff. They're just very strict on it. So I don't know how well it'd go over on Instagram. Yeah, Dan, they are powder coat, and they got a pretty nice powder coat on them too. I'm very anxious to try them out this year, for sure. I got 10 dozen DPs. I'm really ready to try out. But I tell you what, they're strong. They are strong. Traps didn't care for it. Dye and wax all mine. There you go, Western. Dye and wax them. Okay, Don. Good. Traps gonna let them. Degrease them first. You're saying? No, I can't, Gavin. I don't even know where that is. I don't think there's any auctions going on right now, though. Really, Dominion? That's interesting. That's good to know. I appreciate you letting me know that. It's very interesting. So I think it was 330 Maniac had a video, or his whole Instagram page was like taken away from him or whatever. So that got me kind of nervous about it. Interesting. Any tips on trapping / catching armadillos and platypus? Joe Barron, I would not have the first clue on what the heck to do with those things. Maybe someone in here can help you. I really have no idea. We don't have any of that in my area. Ottercat, you watch yourself on that, man. She's at home right now, and then she's got some golf this weekend. So maybe sometime, but not tonight. Yeah, Dan, they are. I wouldn't be opposed to trying them. It's just I have the 85s already, and I've messed with both, and I think the 85s are still a lot easier to set, in my opinion. Kendall makes really good stuff. Heck, his coyote traps are probably some of the best, which is, of course, up to opinions. Everything in trapping is. But, man, that light's kind of messing with that a little bit. But, yeah, they're good traps for sure. I just don't have any. Yeah, Mark. Hopefully you got something out of all the guys talking paint on here, because I really don't know anything about it. But from what I know, that old school trap dyeing, like you were talking about, still by far the best way. It's just very time consuming. Yeah, Broadhead. Over time, buddy. Over time, you'll expand your line, I'm sure. Scab, where's the convention you're going to? I can probably tell you if he's going to be there or not. Briar, welcome in here, buddy. It was nice to finally meet you, man. The beaver trapping legend. You can't hear, Judd. I'm confused, bud. What do you mean? Degas. Oh, degas. I thought you meant degrease. I thought you made a typo. That's totally my bad, bud. Smell. Yeah. So you're talking about getting the smell off of them. Okay. So you should probably let them air out for a while. Makes sense. Especially for coyotes, I feel like that'd be a big thing. I couldn't tell you, Anthony. I don't have any RGB or RBGs. Good to know, though. Broadhead, isn't he? Isn't he? He is. I like that, Broadhead. I like that. Oh, there you go, Joe Barron. Dominion's got some tips for you there, bud. Yeah, OtterCat, I bet you are flexible. I don't know, Scab. To be honest, I really don't know. That'd be quite a haul for him, but he gets around. If he's not there, I bet his brother probably would be. Maybe he'll be there. Heck, I really don't know. I know the Iowa one and all the surrounding ones that he's normally at, but I don't know about that one. 6 dozen coyote traps. Oh, there you go. Midwestern just put up a video on how he dies and waxes his. Good to know. 6 dozen coyote traps in a couple hours. Man, that's pretty good. It's a good time. Shoot straight paint. Oh, yeah, Anthony. Empty pockets. How you doing, bud? Set the TS-85s more than all of them. Oh, yeah, Dan. It's something about that TS-85. They're just, for me, they're so nice to set. I love the TS-85. The Duke 850 is a real son of a gun to set by hand. They're tough. Okay, Anthony. Yep. You're giving them about 2 months then, roughly, month and a half. Oh, there you go, OtterCat. Hopefully you have fun up there, bud. Whoa, Broadhead. Whoa. No, Gavin, I'm not coming to Ontario. Oh, yeah, Anthony, 100%. That'd be plenty of time for sure. Yeah, OtterCat. Oh, boy's right. Have a great night off to bed. 4:30. All right, Mark. Good luck. Good luck in the morning, bud. Hopefully some guys in here helped you out with your questions. It's a great community of guys in here. And normally there's always someone that knows something. So good luck in the morning, bud. Thanks for stopping in. Oh, you got a YouTube channel? Okay, Judd. Nice. Oh, if it says it's Scab, then I bet they're going to be there. Actually, I think he told me that he's going to be out there, I believe. Patrick, welcome in, bud. Man, I'm getting so far behind. You can't use the 85s in Illinois. That's a bummer, Mark. I don't know, Midwestern. I don't know where he is. Eric, good luck drowning them. That's all I got to say. Good luck drowning them. There's no water around. That river didn't budge. Gavin, coon, and beaver. PA, I just got 10 dozen of them a couple of weeks ago. I'm pretty anxious to try them out. Mahler. Good. I'm glad. No, I won't come help you organize your traps like you suggested in the group chat. But yeah, hopefully you can get some stuff ready soon, bud. It was nice to meet you at the Iowa. Okay, Judd. Okay. Well, if you got any questions, fire them away, bud. Good, Anthony. Hopefully it keeps growing, bud. Yeah, it is, Broadhead. It really is. PA, they're strong. I pulled all the chain anchors off of mine. I'm going to sell them to cover some of my costs. But other than that, and then I pulled that. There's a little rubber piece on the trigger in there. I pulled all those out of there too with a pair of needle nose. I just didn't like the idea of them. I don't see how they'd help at all. So I pulled them out. Other than that, though, they're ready to roll right out of the box. They're pretty nice. I'm excited to try them. Before Coil Extremes. Nice, Anthony. Still have plenty of water. Everywhere else is dry, though. Okay, Patrick. Yeah. Seems like a lot of the country's dry, honestly. Except for in the Rocky Mountains. It seems like out there they got pretty good moisture. I know some boys out there that are struggling elk hunting because they had so much water going on. They had so much rain this spring and into the early summer that they have so much grass and food for them elk to eat. Guys are struggling out there. So I guess they got rain out there, but everywhere else missed it. No BSDPs. I probably will, Anthony. They're a complete different color. I mean, they're black, and all my other traps are, well, the dog proofs are brown, so they should stick out pretty good. But I'll be sure to talk about them. I'm sure I'll voice my opinion on how I like them, but I got a feeling I'm going to like them a lot. Oh, yeah, Mark. I've never had them. I've never had the Bridger 5s. When I got into trapping, 85s were the big thing for beaver, and I bought some and loved them, and I don't want to use anything else. I started out with Duke number 4s, front footing them, and I switched from that rather quickly. So how's the strength on them No BS comparable to Duke? Mahler, I will say that the No BS DPs seem stronger than the Duke dog proofs. They certainly seem a lot stronger. Now, that's brand new. I haven't used them, but I got a feeling my hands are sore after setting them. So I know Kendall had a bad batch of them a long time ago, and they're pretty weak. Man, he sure made sure that they weren't weak anymore. They're very stout. Very stout. I would say they're a lot stronger than a brand new Duke, in my opinion. They are, Ottercat. They really are. Gavin, I don't see myself ever going up there. They are, Anthony. They really are. Heck, they're so strong that on the dog, they actually got it beefed up. Oh, there's another little piece of flat iron they got welded on the top of that dog. So, kind of interesting. Now I got a thing that says ads will run shortly for some viewers. I hit skip, so hopefully none of you guys have an ad that pops up. Hopefully. Played at the bad batch and I've avoided them since I should pick them up. Oh, yeah, Mahler. No, I'd say they're definitely good to go now for sure. Very, very strong. Catch an adult beaver knee deep in the back leg. Oh, yeah, Dan, you really can. They're awesome. I love them. To me, I call them, I think I even said this in my demo, to me, they're a beaver trapping cheat code. Once I started using them, man, the beavers start piling up. It's just, there's such a big area you can catch them in, and it's such an easy trap to set, such an easy trap to get the animal out of. To me, they're second to none. Oh, yeah, Anthony. It's like the name says. They're no BS, that's for sure. Judd, are you talking about the weather, bud? If you are, I don't know exactly what. I'd bet it's still high 70s, low 80s outside. It's still pretty warm. Heck, I might be pitting out just sitting here. Yeah, I am. It's pretty warm. Everybody's hands are sore for the first couple of weeks. Oh, yeah, Scab. For me, it's that first 2 or 3 days. My hands are in pretty rough shape. But, yeah. But you know what, Scab? I will wait until I'm older. I'll wait a couple more years for that, hopefully. Was it a Duke dog proof BA? Because I know they can pop out of them if they have a steep enough of an angle and can get enough momentum, they can surely pop themselves right out. Or if they get it tangled up in something and they can get enough leverage against that spring, they can pop themselves out too. I've had it happen. Oh yeah, Mahler. TS85 is probably the easiest. Yeah, I love them. I've ranted enough about them, but I love them. Oh, yeah, Judd. I feel you 100% there. I got flies going everywhere in here. I'm ready for the cold front too, bud. $39 a week back. Yeah. Well, there you go, Dominion. As long as you feel young, that's what matters, man. I don't know what you did. I just had a 3-minute ad. Are you serious? Man, I'm going to have to figure this out. I'm not okay with that at all. I hit the thing that said skip ads because I don't want you guys watching ads. That's frustrating. Oh, yeah, Dominion. The extremes are no joke. What's going part of history? I love catching beavers. Number 4 double longs. There you go, Patrick. For sure. There's definitely some nostalgia in that old school trapping techniques for sure. And guess what? They've caught a lot of beavers too. All right, Judd. Thanks for stopping in, man. You take care. Okay, good, Midwestern. Don't do that to me. It asked me to do the ads, and I'm like, skip that because I don't want you guys to watch ads. And if it would have played a 3-minute ad, get off of here and create a new one and just demonetize the whole thing. Seen 11-minute ads. Oh, man, bro, that's a long ad. All right, Backwoods. Thanks for stopping in, man. You take care. Have a good night. Oh, yeah, Anthony. A lot of people have setters for the extremes, for sure. Ottercat, you're probably not wrong with that statement either. I don't think I've ever caught anything with a long spring, though, if you want me to be honest. I'm just part of that generation that doesn't use them. At least the people that I know that are my age that are trapping, which there aren't many. I don't know any of them that use long springs. But it also seems like that can kind of be how you were raised trapping. It seems like if it's passed down to you from your parents or your grandparents, you get those traps from them, those older style traps, and you fall in love with them. Or you bought them and started with them. And I don't know, it's kind of weird how we all get into trapping, but long springs caught a lot of animals, that's for sure. Oh, Dominion, I'm not in it for the money, man. It don't bother me at all. I just like coming in here and chatting with you guys. Yep, Broadhead, you don't own any either, yep. Dominion, I am a youngster. I'm aware. I'm aware. Everyone tells me. Oh, yeah, Anthony. I know a lot of people that like those number 11s. Do you, Mahler? Interesting. I've never used them. I have no idea. There you go, Ottercat. I guarantee you've caught a lot of fur with them. That's what matters. Oh, yeah, Mark. I feel you there, bud. I feel you. Do you use long springs, though? There's the next question. 2 weeks will get my traps ready. Eric, we'll almost be pre-staking in 2 weeks, man. But yeah, it's time. All my equipment's ready. It's ready to roll. I got it sitting there all in a nice pile. Mahler saw it. It's all in a nice pile for now. For now. It won't last long like that. 10 dozen Sleep Creek 11s in the collection. Holy cow, that's a lot of number 11s. A lot of number 11s. Yeah, Patrick, I'll make as many excuses as I want, man. Whatever I got to do. I just more or less I don't use the long springs. I have nothing against them. Nothing at all. I've never used them. It's like I said earlier, I can't speak to something and I won't speak to something that I don't have experience with. Great for trapping in the snow. It's harder for the springs to freeze down. Now, Daryl, I have heard that. That is one thing. Yeah. I know what you're talking about because I've had a couple people tell me that. A few dozen long springs. Certain sets. Yeah, Midwestern. What kind of sets, if you don't mind me asking? What kind of sets you prefer them over the other ones? Oh, yeah, there you go, Eric. Heck, Eric, you could go out and pre-stake a lot of private ground stuff. Well, I guess if it was only DPs. Yeah. If it was DPs, you could pre-stake it right now. I don't know what you're using or not, but you could basically pre-stake on private ground right now in Iowa if you wanted to. Mahler's getting hits on his number 11s. Dominion, I might be, but I don't necessarily like to claim the generation that I'm a part of, to say the least. I'm a college kid, and I don't fit in on a college campus. I can promise you that. I'm very old school. Like, we had a nicer thing that I had to go to today, and I show up in jeans and a T-shirt. All these kids are in, like, slack pants. Some of them got ties on. And I looked at my professor. I'm like, this is the best it's going to get. A pair of pants with minimal dirt on them. I don't fit in with my own generation. Mahler, I was wondering if that's where you got them from. That's funny. That is funny. I knew he had a bunch. I knew he sold them. I just didn't know who it was. Now I know who bought them. Yeah, PA, they've gotten rid of a couple different older style traps like that on there now. First in half, cool spring, yeah. Over 1,000 cats. Never seen it before we were going. Oh yeah, Otter Cat. There's one guy. I don't know him personally, but I've seen some videos of him on YouTube, and he's caught over 1,000 coyotes in a season using snares. Pretty crazy. But again, snare. I mean, that's an old school technique. True, Dominion. Oh yeah, Anthony. Week before Thanksgiving. Oh yeah, Eric. At least your fur will be prime though. Are you going for coons, coyotes? What are you going after this year, Eric? I'm kind of curious. Anthony, I feel you there. Do you, Midwestern? Interesting. I know some people like to use them for fish sticks, so I didn't know what you were using them for. That's interesting. There you go, PA. Always the best young fella. Jeff, and I'm not going to disagree with that at all. There's a lot of older generation trappers that have forgot more about trapping than I'll ever know. And I'll openly admit it. They had to, the things that they had to do just to catch a coon, man, oh man. Yeah, Eric, exactly. Most of the time, people should just be lucky that I'm wearing jeans that don't have holes in them. is my thing. But yeah, jeans and a shirt. That's all I ever want to wear usually. Justin, how you doing, bud? Welcome in here. Oh, that's right, Mark. You can't snare either. And you guys can't right away trap either. Man, oh man. That's tough, buddy. That's tough. I remember now that you guys can't snare because I know Stu always, it's one thing he really wants to learn how to do is snare. He talks about it quite a bit. Oh, there you go, Jeff. Are they number 4 long springs? Yep, Dominion. I can't say I know who that is, but Otter Cat, yeah. It took me a second to figure out what you were talking about. Let's just say me and him did end up on a golf cart at like 2 a.m, and for some reason he didn't have a shirt on. That was interesting. And my tent blew away. Other than that, we were rather semi-civilized. Exposed bait in Illinois. Okay, Midwestern. Interesting. I know in Iowa we can't have exposed bait either in very certain areas. That's kind of interesting. Okay, Dominion. Only the NWCOs can. Snares set to where we can only use them on beaver sets. Okay, Midwestern. That makes sense. There you go, Dan. I personally, I'll put it out there. I do not care. I hate snaring. I hate it. Maybe it's because when I first started trying to learn how to snare, I didn't know that you were supposed to load a snare, so I had very, very bad experiences with it. But I don't like them. I like slinging steel. Justin, we were not holding hands. Oh, man. I'm having to go way back to that convention now. That convention is a little fuzzy for me. Man, oh, man. Otter Cat, you did not see that. Don't even. That's true, Midwestern. I do know guys, though, that have caught coyotes in pocket sets and beaver drowners. So they can be caught in the water. Oh, man. You guys need to stop with these inside jokes. Okay, Eric, sounds good. Looking forward to hear from you, bud. Man. No fur sales. Importation of fur. Navy kicked the federal trappers out of the state. Wow. Wow, Patrick. They're really cracking down on that stuff. Morel Finder, how you doing? I like that name. How you doing, bud? Justin, no. You and Ottercat are on a roll now, and I just do not like this. It's making me have to skip over what you guys are saying. And of course, I'm the guy who doesn't realize really what he's reading till about halfway through it. And then with you guys, I have to read through it twice. Guys are confusing me. Justin and Ottercat. Wreaking havoc on me, to say the least. Can't keep the fur or meat from trapped animals. Man, Patrick, that's rough, buddy. That's rough. Phone is running off fumes. Best of luck to everyone. All right, Midwestern. You take care, bud. Good luck this season as well, for sure. Product placement away, Derek's Predator products. 10th episode of the show. I do a review. Okay, Dominion. Okay, I'll have to check that out. All fun and game. Wow, now I'm the boring one, man. Justin, I will say I am excited here for next season because then I'll be able to remount that beaver tray to a wall. So hopefully I won't rip it out of this one. It shouldn't. I got an idea. I'm not going to say what it is, but I do have an idea. I think maybe I just didn't use long enough lags. Could have been part of my problem. I don't know. I got a couple ideas. I'm going to make it work, though, because I really loved using that trough. Really, Dominion? That's interesting. Interesting. Yep, they're number 4s, Jeff. Okay. Yeah. I will say, guys, I've talked about them before, but these trusty old black totes that I love, I get the 27-gallon ones, but they started making them they're not as tall, but they're wider now, and it's totally messing me up on how I stack my 220s in them. Kind of frustrating. Yeah, Justin. I seen that video. Looks like you had a fun time the other day. That cow stuck in the mud or calf, whatever it was. That looked like a whole lot of fun there, bud. Man, oh man. Absolutely, Dominion. I love these black totes. I won't buy any other totes to use for traps anymore. I've broken a few. I've had my oldest batch, I think I've had for 4 years now, and I've broken a few little bits and pieces out of them, but nothing like to where the tote's falling apart or anything like that. There's just a little hole in them. So it's not that bad. I love them, though. The most durable tote I've found so far. They do hold up the best, Dominion. Absolutely. The Rubbermaid ones, I can't say I've used those. Good if you're good at pulling cows out of mud. So did you guys get a bunch of rain over there then? Why was it stuck in the mud in the first place? I'm confused. From my understanding, I thought you guys were pretty dry over there all summer long like we've been. Maybe it was a dried up pond or something. I guess I didn't look at it for that long. OtterCat, no, not 5,000. 2,000 is already going to be an extreme push. I'm going to have to skin them all by myself. Oh, you got a dozen of them too? Okay, Dominion, yeah. It is 2,000, Dominion. OtterCat's just being OtterCat right now. 2,000 for the year, and I really want to break 200 on opening day. I think down to where I can do it. I really do. It's going to really suck when I get home and have to start skinning, but I think I can do it. Ponds are drying up. That's why the edge. Okay, I kind of was wondering if that's what was going on. I bet that was no fun at all. Barn trap shed built in a couple of weeks, which is best for skinning. I know, pull faster. Okay, Morel. I used gosh dang it, I just got rid of that box. I used the Pittsburgh, I believe it's the 660, and I don't put the pulley on it. I just run it with the one hook, which if you're an experienced skinner, it works very good because it is faster, but it'll pull pretty quickly. That's the one I use. The Pittsburgh 660 is like $170. Pretty pricey, but that's the one I use. I love it too. And good luck with that build on your new shed, bud. That's exciting, getting a new building put up. Sell him another skinner. Mahler, I know. I just don't know anyone that will do it. I really don't. I was begging 2 or 3 different people just to help me the first week, and I can't find anyone. No one wants to do it. Anthony, I wish he was volunteering to do that. I really think I could do 1,000 in the first week if I had someone to skin for me. But the bottom line is there's no way I could do it by myself. It's just impossible. I'd wear myself out to nothing and I'd crash for 3 days straight and probably not wake up. If I had a skinner or if I had a place where I could sell them on the carcass, I would really, really, really roll hard. be ridiculous. But bottom line is I don't have that, so I have to take care of what I can. Pond is 4 foot lower. Man, oh man, that is low. There's some stuff around us too, though, that's like that as well. That's tough. It's really tough. Otter Cat, do you prefer FedEx or UPS? Patrick, all jokes aside, people in Otter Cat are throwing around the 5,000 number. The record in Iowa by one person is 5,300 in one season. That was in, I believe it was the 07-08 season. So someone has done it before. It's not impossible, but man, it's close. I don't know how he did it. All in the water, I do know that. Dominion, I need sleep. I get about 4 hours. Oh, here we go with the ads thing again. I'm going to skip it again. I get about 3 to 4 hours of sleep a night during the first part of trapping season, and it's rough. There's a lot of people that will talk about no sleep. You still got to have it. As far as for me, the way I look at trapping season is I'm running a marathon, not a sprint. I trap all year long. There's no reason to completely burn myself out in the first week when I want to be trapping all the way through January. So I try and save myself a little bit. Eric, please, I would appreciate it. I can use some help, especially the first day. If I could have someone to skin that first drop off a coon, man, that'd be awesome. Have them skin by the time I get back. That'd be perfect because I could skin the other half by myself, no problem. It's just that first half of the first day, man, oh man. Anthony, I drink Bang Energy, but I'll only drink one because in the long term, they're terrible for you. Absolutely terrible. It's terrible for me to even drink one every day, but I still do it. They're terrible. I would not recommend to anyone loading up on caffeine because it's not good in the long run. I've heard of a lot of people my age, actually. There was one at football practice at the college I go to that collapsed in the weight room from too much caffeine. So it's a scary deal. You can definitely overdo it. Dan, I would, but the problem is I'd never be able to catch back up. That'd be my problem. No, we're not starting that, Justin. No, sir. I don't care if you call me a fun hater. There's none of that starting up. UPS, GPS. All right, Ottercat. Well, I'll get a drone that'll fly down there and drop them. That's how they do all the spraying and stuff around here anymore with the drones. I'm sure they could build one that can fly coons down there to Ottercat's house. Why not? Mahler, I'm not after any throne, buddy. I'm just on here to have fun. Quietly, I believe. What's quietly? I'm not. No. Hey, Anthony, thanks for sharing out that. Anthony just shared out the Iowa Trappers Association YouTube channel, guys. That's a big thing that me and Iowa Trapper are working on together. I'd say he's doing a lot more than I am. He's definitely taking the bull by the horns on that. He's doing a great job. But feel free to go check it out if you haven't already. It's a pretty big deal, and I think it's a huge step forward for our association. There's going to be all sorts of videos on there before too long. Trapping Bros, welcome in, guys. Dang it. I almost put your shirt on tonight, and I didn't do it, and now here you are. Shoot. Although I did ship out your guys' shirts today, and I put in something a little extra for you. I sent you guys a bait jar for your dog-proof bait. So you guys don't need to worry about getting one of those. I sent you one of mine. Dominion, I bet it would, but in the long run, I'm going to end up crashing for like a week. I can't afford to do that. All right, Mark. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. I really appreciate it. You have yourself a good weekend. Looking forward to seeing your season, man. Sounds good, Mahler. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Again, it was nice to meet you. Glad I'm in a group chat with you now, too. That's a fun group chat. So thanks for stopping in, bud. You work out before season? Or you just young and in shape enough, Justin, so I don't work out. I mean, I used to play football, so I used to be in really good shape. But now when I'm scouting and pre-staking, I try and get after it at a pretty good rate as far as like running around, getting around the truck and all that stuff. I get myself in shape from scouting and pre-staking. That being said, nothing can get you in shape for opening day. I mean, it's going to whoop you no matter what. But that's all I do to get in shape, really. I go out there and start running around. Oh, thank you, Dan. I appreciate it. That's a big deal. That Iowa Trappers Association YouTube page is a huge deal. I think it's starting to turn a lot of heads already, nationwide. Really, huge potential for that. No problem, Trapping Bros. Sorry it took so long. It's just kind of a pain for me when I got the shirts. I got them at school. And then I have to have time to get home on a weekday when the post office is still open to ship them out. So I finally got to it. Exactly, Patrick. Caffeine is no joke. You could use Iowa's airplane. I think he has one like all them. Oh my goodness, Ottercat. An airplane. Man. I don't think he's got an airplane. And if he does, he keeps it hidden at his house. I've never seen it. Oh, yeah, Trapping Bros. There's one coming your way. It's the exact one that I use for all my coon trapping. I got like 12 or 15 of them laying around. There's one heading y'all's way. Suffer for the first week. Oh, yeah, Eric. It's a struggle. It is a struggle, that's for sure. Like I said, there's no – you can do whatever you want. You can be the biggest bodybuilder. You can run 12 miles straight. It doesn't matter. There's nothing that gets you into trapping shape unless you're out trapping. That's the only thing that can get you into trapping shape. I don't know, Justin. I don't know if he's in here or not. I really don't know. Dominion, are you talking about in 330 and Trapper Jay's live the other night? That was pretty funny. That airplane he had hanging above him. Fun fact, I didn't notice that until like an hour into it. And I'm like, wow, there's a plane hanging there. That's kind of funny. You think he's lurking, Otter Cat? Oh, yeah, Eric. Yeah. That being said, though, I do like having a little bit steeper ditches because I feel like it keeps the mowers away. So. Oh, Justin Steins thinks he's lurking too. Yep, Anthony, that'd be the pew pew I use for sure. It was. Yeah, that was a nice shop that he had set up out there. That was pretty cool. Oh, Dan, you're gonna do some. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Not online. I have no idea, Dominion. I really don't. The post office is going to actually deliver the Trapping magazine that I got from my membership. Oh, no kidding, Patrick. You think they'd actually do that? If they do, that's just low. That's really low. Really, really low. Well, I don't know, guys. It's about time to start mapping. I actually need to start writing down numbers in my. I'm going to have 800 or 900 spots, hopefully marked out as far as locations go. No, more than that, including the water stuff. I don't know. I'm planning on getting so much work out of the way through scouting and pre-staking this year. It really killed me last year when I had to come home and stake my Thanksgiving line and stake my Christmas line, which I'll still have to stake my Christmas line. But as far as my Thanksgiving line and my Christmas line went, I didn't have any of that scouted out last year. I know the area very well because it's around home, but I didn't have it marked out like I normally do for that first week. So we're going to switch it up a little bit this year. I'm going to get as much done as possible before season gets here. Kind of streamline a little bit. I think my goal is to streamline everything like that to the point of where if there's a good weather front coming in or I know they're going to move, I'll be able to get a ridiculous amount of traps set in a short period of time. That's kind of the plan. Really, Patrick? That's too bad, man. Dominion, I have no idea. I don't know how many magazines there are. I personally don't get. I might have just fibbed there. I think we get the fur fishing game at my house. Oh yeah, Don. I'm looking forward to that too. Cooling off. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice. All your traps out, pre-staking. Eric, all my traps, yes. But all the locations I'm going to trap, no. I'm going to have the entire first week trap line pre-staked. My water line is going to be all pre-staked. And then my Thanksgiving route's going to be pre-staked. And I'm going to have my Christmas line all mapped. My dog-proof Christmas line. So that first 2 weeks of my Christmas break, I want to have all that mapped out too. So it's going to be crazy. It's going to be a grind. It's going to be a lot of scouting. But I think it's going to be worth it in the long run, especially if we could get some rain, significant rain at this point. It's pretty bad. But most of my I'm planning pre-stake, and I want to have around 1,100 traps pre-staked is the plan. It'll be about 350, 325 or 350 for the first week and the Thanksgiving, and then around 350 to 400. Yeah, around 1,100 probably. Ottercat, I'll go out and do that if you're going to come up here and skin them for me. No problem. NTA. Oh, here's some magazines. Here we go. NTA, FTA, Trappers Post, Missouri had their own. Indiana sends quarterly report. Okay, Justin. Interesting. Yeah, there's quite a few. That's a lot, actually. My memberships, I don't get the subscription ones. But, interesting. Season's coming up, though. I will say, I don't even know how long it is till pre-state. Well, it would be 3 weeks from tomorrow, I believe. Yikes. I need to get in gear. Trails are starting to pop a little bit, but they're not. They need another week, I think. Once it gets cool outside, I'll get a lot more motivated to go out there and look at them. I'm terrible with that. If it's hot outside, I hate going out and looking around and stuff if it's hot outside. That is my weakness. I like the cold weather. Oh, yeah, Eric. It's a lot, but I'm young enough and dumb enough to do it. Still a few hundred traps is a lot, though. I'll give you that. I mean, last year, which I had a fairly good season last year, I'd say. I think I had 410 traps pre-staked for dry land and about 200 water sets pre-staked. But I only got to like 60 of the water sets because I got froze out. So that was kind of frustrating putting in all that work to get all those water sets out, and then it all froze up on me. But it is what it is. It's all part of the pre-staking game. Patrick, no offense to you, but if there was one state that I had to choose to never go to, California would be the one. Please don't take offense to that, but I wouldn't go there. How much borax do I use? I've never used borax, Dominion. I don't really see any reason for what I'm doing to ever use it. Only thing similar to that I use is salt, and I use it to salt my little fleshing fat catcher, whatever you want to call it. I use it to salt that. As you guys can see, the old flag up there still looking pretty sad. Maybe I'll put that back up before season. Maybe. It's been down a while. But other than salt, which I don't use on any of my pelts, I don't use anything else like that. ITA always had a mink on their decal and patch. Did they do that? Because Otter Cat. I think it's always been like that, buddy. But for you, you know what? We'll just go with 2 years ago they changed it because they heard of the great mink trapper Otter Cat. Just for you. Many blue coons. Morel Finder, I do. But all my 2X and down coon from opening day are getting sold to a separate market that I have. So I'm not putting up the fur from those smaller coons, if that makes sense. The 3X and up coon in Iowa on the first week are looking fairly good. They're like a 6 or 7 out of 10, I'd say. They're not blue. They're looking fairly good. Still very sellable. But as far as the coon that would be blue that first week, those 2X and down, I'm freezing them on the carcass, and I'm selling them to a private market that I got. So I'm sure I do have a lot of blue coon in there, but they're the smaller ones, and I sell them all, not for the fur market. No need to go. Hell yeah, Dominion. Oh, yeah, Patrick. That makes sense. That makes sense. There you go, Scab. Yep, Dominion. Why do you salt your fleshing area? Dusty, I salt it just to – so I used OSB to put that together, and all that grease and moisture and stuff that kind of somewhat gets absorbed into that OSB. I feel like by salting it, which I probably only salt it 3 or 4 times a year. I only do it if there's going to be an extended time where I'm not fleshing. But I do that just so it sucks all that grease and oil and moisture out of that OSB. I think it's going to make that last a lot longer. I guess I can't really prove that, but the concept to me makes sense, so I salt it. It's just to suck the moisture out of all that OSB because there's a lot of grease and oil and everything else that gets stuck in there. I like to pull it all out. I bet you do, Ottercat. I bet you do. Oscar, how you doing, bud? Welcome in. Welcome in. For a conference and enjoy it. Don't need to go back. Oh, yeah, Don. Maybe be 20 out the first 2 weeks, and then the week before Thanksgiving, hit it hard and then be down. Oh, yeah, Eric. Nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that at all. But, yeah, to kind of go back to that blue coon question, a lot of people, even, I'm not going to say names, fur buyers, will tell you that your first week Iowa coon are junk and have no value. And the bottom line is those 3X and up coon are just, they're just fine. You might not get as much as you would during Thanksgiving when they're the best of the best, but they're still very sellable. And the bottom line is I can catch more coon in the first week of season than I can during a week around Thanksgiving. You just can't. They progressively move less and less throughout the season. So even though I'm catching slightly less coon around the Thanksgiving time, they're worth a little more. But that first week, I'm catching a significant amount more of coon that are worth a little bit less. It's a numbers game. It really is. Oh, G2 Skinny, welcome in, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. Most of you probably don't realize it or not, but there's a lot of days when going through comments keeps me motivated, to say the least. For sure, get a lot of negativity going on at certain points. It's always nice to get on here and see what everyone's saying. Y'all are way too nice to me, except for Ottercat. I got pretty big late season plans too, with boxes. I don't know. I want to be catching in that time frame, which I find the 220 box trapping to be so fun because you're out there trapping when most people think either A, the coons aren't moving and you can't catch them, which you can, or B, no one's out there trapping or doing anything and you're the only one out there. I love that late season trapping. But my plan is to have about 400 traps out for 2 weeks, kind of the first 2 weeks of January, and just see what happens. I think it's going to be pretty fun. Ottercat, you are nice. I'm just giving you grief about it, buddy. Just that I'm just giving him grief. If he gives me grief, I can give him grief. I don't know about everyone else. Oh, thank you, Patrick. I appreciate it, man. I really do. Hopefully it entertains you enough. It sounds like you're in a pretty tough situation over there with the regulations and everything over there. So, native ones are the ones that motivate me. Didn't get many last season. Yeah, Scab, it just gets so old after a while. I get so tired of having to get on there and delete them. I really do. Hunting Sunday or going to miss a few days of class. Eric, so I'm hunting Sunday. Really shouldn't because it's going to be so hot, but I've never missed the opening day of bow season, and I couldn't tell you how long. And so I'm going, but I don't have class Tuesdays and Thursdays. And if you look at the weather around Thursday, she's going to start cooling off pretty good. We got supposed to have a front go through on Wednesday, potentially. And the certain deer I'm on right now, post front, it's pretty good as far as chances of him getting up and moving during daylight. So I'll be home almost every Tuesday and Thursday bow hunting too, till I get this sucker. I got him figured out pretty good. I just need one good day of weather. Thorny vines. Oh man, Oscar, that doesn't sound good at all, bud. Hopefully you're doing all right. Oh wow, Patrick, man, oh man. Oh, don't worry about it at all, Oscar. We all know what you're saying, bud. Don't worry about it at all. Heck, I don't even know if I know how to tag people on there, so don't feel bad at all, bud. That late season route, though, there's going to be the first. I get a month off for Christmas. Oh, here's another ad thing. Hold on. I get a month off for Christmas. So the first 2 weeks I'm planning on, just like last year, running those dog proofs. and a couple 220s maybe. But then kind of around Christmas, transitioning over to the boxes, and then I'm going to run some DPs with the boxes too. Because I was driving past places last year just because all I had with me was boxes, and there was houses too close. I think I can add a lot of coon, a lot of locations really to that late season line if I bring some DPs with me. So that's the plan. We're going to hit it really hard late season. I want to be, gosh, if I could get 500 that first week, 500 off the water line, 500 off my Thanksgiving line, and be sitting at 1,500 going into my late season route, I think we really got a shot at 2,000. So that's the schedule I'm on, if you will. All right, Morel Finder, thanks for stopping in, man. Appreciate you stopping in. I don't know if Trapper's deck platform there. Eric, maybe. They normally have a couple deer out there. Oh, that's good to hear, Patrick. I'm glad. I appreciate it, man. I really do. Steins, I'm still going to run pogos this year. But that being said, I cut them. If the ground's frozen, I'll cut them. My goal is, this is going on a prayer, hoping that the ground isn't near as hard as it was last year late season. Because last year late season, it was right around Christmas. We had that -20 spell. It might not actually been that cold, but that was the wind chill. I remember it. And that ground was frozen so hard, it was just ridiculous, which is the advantage of running boxes. I don't have to stake them because they're so heavy. But I'm still going to use pogos. I have about probably 150 rebar stakes, maybe more than that if I wanted to go that route. But hopefully I can get away with the pogos. It'd be ideal. I know it's the El Nino this year, so it was also supposed to be a wet year, so I guess I can't even speak to the El Nino thing. It's proven pretty invalid so far. But especially if we have some open water there in December, man, oh man, that could really be huge. Running some fish sticks and pockets and stuff. Maybe not pockets because I bet the banks will still be frozen. But the biggest problem we're going to run into is our water's so low right now that there's no current going through it. That's the biggest thing I'm worried about. It'll freeze up pretty quick if it ain't flowing. That's one thing I am worried about. I have enough spots with enough water in them to be able to do the water trapping I want to do. The question is, will it stay open? That's my number one question. Scab, frozen ground sucks. That's what it is. That is what it is. Okay, Oscar. No, you're good, bud. Don't worry about it. Can you show us one of your boxes? Don, I can. Let me go grab one quick. I'll get a 222. Give me a second. All right. Yes, I'm wearing shorts. It's like 80 degrees out here. So these are the new ones that I built. Hold on. I probably got way behind now. It's time to build some ermine boxes and get to show. Patrick, I really do want some weasel boxes. I got a couple spots I really think I could catch them. Oh, man, Scab. Yeah, probably not. But here's my boxes. This is going to be kind of hard to show. 24 inches long. That's how long I made them. You guys can see I just stapled that mesh on the back. I actually left the tags on this wire a little long to act as more of a drag. I don't know what these weigh, but I should weigh one just to kind of show how heavy they really are. But here's this side. And then here's how I tap my trap. I got this little piece of conduit bracket there. That's how I'm going to attach my trap, which I have a video out on this too, but I'll show you guys all this on here anyways. There's my opening. And how I'm connecting all my traps this year is these, I don't know what they're called. A lot of people call them quick snaps, but I got the one with the screw part on it to where they're going to actually be able to screw them tight like that. And I'm going to use pliers and really cinch them on there. But double swiveled all my 220s this year. I think it's going to help with this box thing a lot. Run that clip through the end swivel on my 220. This might be, oh boy, that took out my whole table. I need to adjust this camera just a little bit here. All right. What we're going to do, basically, this is how simple it's going to be. Just like that, tighten it up, traps attached to the box. That, I think, is going to be very nice, especially for pulling or even just taking the traps off the boxes. I think that's going to be very nice. I got to think of how I'm going to do this now. I'll try and get it, maybe. If I can get it facing, maybe if I back up a little bit more, this will work better. There. So there's the opening of my box. I made these specifically to fit Duke 220s because I can get that space very tight for the Duke 220s. Some 220s are different sizes. And the bulk of what I have is Duke 220, so I had to make them for the Dukes. But as you guys can see, I notched these out with a wood hand chisel and a hammer. That's how I notched that out. I ripped them with a table saw. I believe they're 3 inches deep, maybe 3.5. But let's see if I can do this without being able to see the front here. Hold on. Might be kind of tricky. You guys can see how tight of a fit that is in there. There's no room for play in that box at all. I actually had a lot of comments on my video about people worried that this dog was going to hit on the top of the box. But I tested every single box that I made, and they all fired. For now, so that's the setup. Love them, 3/4 inch plywood. I use 2.5 inch deck screws to put them together. I think this is the cat's meow, as you guys know. That being said, you have to be extremely careful with where you're putting them because you are baiting a lethal trap, so you have to be extremely careful. I'm going to definitely emphasize that more this year as far as the being cautious with them. But I think that quick snap is going to be very nice. Wrap them up. I'm going to take this quick snap off of here just because that's the box setup for this year. I made 200 of those over the summer. Stay. Okay. Let's get you guys fixed back up. I guarantee you I'm way behind now. Eric, I've tried them. The only problem is you have to stake them. They work great. Don't get me wrong. If you want to run rebar through them, they work just fine. But that's the biggest advantage for the boxes is in frozen ground, I don't have to stake them, and it saves a lot of time. Gonna bleed a lot. No, I'm not, Ottercat. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Oh, another advantage too, having that conduit bracket on there, is I can carry the box like that too. That way I can carry 2 of them down. I think it's gonna work out pretty good. So. Locking carabiner. Yeah, there you go, Scab. Sleep easy snap. Yep, Dusty, you're right. I don't know the name of it. I just know what it looks like, and I bought a whole bunch. I mean, I got a whole bucket half full of them, so hopefully that's enough. Come to think, I probably should count them. Oscar, you talking about these boards in the back here, bud? Mine aren't adjustable. They're all solid boards. I personally don't like the adjustables because I like everything to be exactly the same. But those things work great. I get them from Cop Watt, and I love them. Sweet setup for flagged weasel / urban box setup. Check it from a distance. Okay, Patrick, I'm gonna have to check that out for sure. Interesting. I don't think so. I mean, maybe I will. I don't think I will, but who knows? Yeah, Dan, I think I got 10 boxes out of 2 sheets of plywood. I could have got 16 boxes out of 2 sheets, but I didn't want to make them that short. I like the longer box. But I'll have to check that out, Dan, for sure. Thank you, Oscar. I appreciate it. You stack better in the truck. They do suffer in the Minnesota winter, though. Usually get a couple of years. Yeah, Daryl, absolutely. And the buckets work just fine. I have plenty of them. I've used them a lot. But like I said, you have to stake those because they don't weigh as much, and the coon will take off with them. They don't weigh hardly anything at all. So using them in frozen ground really sucks because you have to stake them. That's the only disadvantage of a bucket compared to a box. They do stack a lot better, though. Yeah, no, Oscar, these are not dog proof at all. I have to be very, very careful with these boxes. I know a lot of landowners in my area as far as people who own houses around here. I'm very, very precautious with them. Yeah, like Ottercat said, I got to be real careful with them. Jinx, how you doing, buddy? Jeff, I don't think it's worth it, in my opinion. I think you're going to end up getting one caught and the other trap's going to get snapped off in the process. Just my opinion. Now, if you made them longer and put 2 traps on the end, I think that'd work great. But I've also considered doing that, and you have to think, I'm carrying these down a road ditch. How big of a thing do I want to carry with me? That's another factor that I consider on why I made them 24-inch like that. I don't want to make them any longer than that because they're heavy. The double trap box does work. I know people that have done it. It's just not for me. Not yet, anyways. But I think them boxes are going to work out well. Took me a while to get them, though. I'll tell you what, the guy at Menards was really confused when I told him I needed these 40 sheets of plywood for raccoon trapping. He was, he thought I was going to some job site somewhere and sheeting up the side of a house. Nope. That track called Ottercat, or not Ottercat, sorry. Oscar, this is a Duke 220 Conibear. I have the springs compressed on it already. And to be frank, I'm not going to take them off because I just did almost 300 of these in the last couple of days, and I don't feel like doing any more of them. Duke 220 Conibear. Kill trap. They close on the animal's head, neck area, and dispatch them very quickly. They have to be a certain distance from houses here in Iowa, 200 yards or more. That's not necessarily always the best case scenario. Normally, you got to set it a long ways from a house, especially if there's a chance of a dog or pet or anything there. But are those chains do have similar count chain or DP? So It's actually a different kind of chain. I forget what it's called, but it's a lighter gauge chain on these 220s because it is a kill trap. That being said, though, this stuff kinks up really bad. That's why I got the 2 swivels on here. Would highly recommend the double swivel, or at least one. I would highly recommend at least one. So, but that's a Duke 220 Conibear. Hopefully it helps you out a little bit there, Oscar. It's a kill trap, so. Millimeter says 7 inches from the front of your balls. Okay, Dusty. I'm sure you'd still catch coon just fine, though, for sure. I know guys that send them back about that far here in Iowa and still have pretty good success. Kim, I still run a lot of dog proofs. This box setup is specifically what I use just for late season trapping. It's a late season trapping technique for coons when they're rutting during their breeding season. Projects, fair enough, Scab. But I mean, it was 40 sheets and 3/4 inch ply. I mean, my truck was stacked up with plywood. They're very interested. Have you ever used the Cook grabbers? You mean coon grabbers, Kim? Because I believe that's a thing, because I'm pretty sure I've heard of them. No, I haven't. If you're talking about coon grabbers, I have not used them. I just use cat food mixed with pure anise. That's all I use in my DPs. Love them boxes, though. Just sitting here talking about them gets me excited to use them. I love 220 box trapping. Everything is DOA for the most part. Nice, clean, dry, fluffy coon. So, gotta love them. Yeah, Scab. That's an ongoing joke with a couple different people now. Just to go to construction sites and ask to scrounge the wood out of the dumpsters and work sites and stack wood. Decided to shoot me. Oh yeah, Patrick. Fun fact about, I'd say 60 of my beaver drowners are from that. It was scrap rebar from a job site that I made into beaver drowners. That's why they vary anywhere from 8 to 10 feet. I've talked about that before, I'm pretty sure. Mine vary from 8 to 10 feet. But that's because it was scrap. I mean, it was free stuff to use. So to me, you're silly not to use that. Oh, absolutely, Oscar. Details are a huge thing for sure, bud. He was, Scab. He was for sure. For sure. I'm going to have to find a little bit better of a place to put all my fur hangers. That's for sure. Oh, one of the cats came in here. I didn't even notice her come in here. But I got my fur hangers all hanging up over there, and then I got some over by the door over there too. You can't even see them; the boards are in the way. But I got some up on the ceiling too. So I don't even know what time it is. Holy cow! It's 11 o'clock. Probably better get out of here before too long. I got a lot of new ground to look at tomorrow. So, and it's getting late for me, you guys. You guys know I like to go to bed early. Oh, Kim, I don't blame you one bit. Awesome. Hey, whatever it takes, whatever works for you. Patrick, it really is, man. If you can't tell, I'm starting to get a little tired here. It's the Grease State. All right, Ottercat. I'm probably going to follow you in suit here soon. Take care, buddy. Good luck at the convention. But we'll probably head off here for the night, guys. Appreciate everyone stopping in here. All right, Scab, you take care. Don, I use chunk carp. That's what I use, about fist-sized chunk carp. So, anyways, y'all, and then no lure too. So, anyways, guys, appreciate y'all stopping in. Appreciate the support. Hopefully, you took something from this. Maybe, maybe not. But appreciate everyone stopping in here. Appreciate all the support, guys. We'll see ya. I'll probably shoot a video tomorrow when I'm out poking around looking for new ground. So, anyways, thanks, guys. Y'all take care.